It was nighttime about 9 o'clock. All of Huntsville seemed calm, but social media was on fire. The same phrase echoed everywhere. Voice note coming. People were sitting with their phones in their hands. Curiosity on some faces, fear in some hearts. As if the entire village is waiting for an explosion with bated breath. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. There was just one name, Marcus. He had a short countdown to his story. Tonight. No filter, just the truth. And the fire emoji below. Melody was quiet, but friends close to her said her silence was the calm before the storm. On his own stories, he wrote, "Silence before the storm." On the other hand, Martell's supporters were also ready. There was a strange confidence in his messages. Truth protects itself. As the clock struck 9, Marx's live began. The same black background on the screen, the same desk, the same files and notepad, and the same calm but menacing face in front of the mic. Marcus said softly, "I know everyone is waiting, but remember, truth doesn't speak quickly. It speaks when the time is right." Comments flooded in. Play the voice note. What's your name? Melody or Martell? Everyone's hearts were beating fast. Marcus slowly picked up the mobile. An audio file icon appeared on the screen. This was the moment everyone was waiting for. He took a deep breath and said, "It's a voice that no one has heard in years. A voice that was enough to break a relationship." Then he pressed the play button. The screen went silent, then suddenly a familiar voice rang out of mortal. "I told you, but you don't want to listen. You think you're winning? It's all a game. Mel, those around you are smiling. Not you. They're opportunists." As the words ended, thousands of people watching live screamed. Mark said with satisfaction, "It was just part of it." The truth is, this voice note wasn't meant to bring anyone down, but part of a plan. And whose plan was that? The comments began to explode. Who planned it? Marcus, say it. Carlo. Marcus picked up the file, approached the camera, and said, "This project was not one person's, it was a team's. And I will take their names one by one." Hearing the first name, the whole city shook. Marcus turned the page and said, "Some people laugh, but their laughter contains poison." And that poison was diluted in the most expensive cafe in Huntsville. An image appeared on the screen of a downtown Huntsville cafe. 4 people sat around the table laughing. Melody, Martell, Marsau, and a face people had forgotten, Kira. Marcus's voice was low but sharp. That was the night the trust deal happened for the first time. And Kira, she was the one who brought everything up to Carlos. Storm of comments erupted. "Oh my God, Kira, again." She was on Carlos' team. "No, this is awesome." Marcus closed the file and said Carlos knew everything. Everything, but he let it happen for the ratings. This sentence exploded like a bomb on social media. Melody's supporters immediately wrote on their stories, "Exploitation is reality. They used us for drama." Martell remained silent, but a close friend of his went live and said, "If Carlos knew, it's game over now." The next morning, Marx declared, "Tomorrow night, Part 2, The Betrayal Files, where evidence speaks, not just words," and ended the live. The atmosphere in Huntsville was no longer quiet. Every home, every friendship, every relationship was in doubt. Melody Lovers says she was fine. Martell's supporters would reply. It was all pre-planned. And Carlos King, he was doing the most dangerous thing. He was silent. Every cafe, every screen had the same name, Marcus. What was once a silent witness now became the keeper of every secret of the city. He promised to open the cheat files the next night. There was a storm in people's hearts. Some were calling him the soldier of truth, some the king of mischief. But everyone agreed on one thing. It was a night Huntsville will never forget. Thousands of people had gathered on Marcus's Instagram Live before 9 p.m. This time, the background was different. A row of black files on the wall. A red light on a large table, like a scene from an investigation room. Marcus looked slowly into the camera, smiled, and said, "Yesterday we uncovered the first layer of truth. Today, we will reveal the poison hidden beneath. Comments echo, is it Melody's turn? Show the receipts. Carlos is shaking right now, Martell, about to lose his mind. Marcus put his hand on the table, arranged the files, and said, this game wasn't just about love and hate. It was part of a bigger game. A game in which the cheaters were themselves cheated. Then he picked up the first file. Above it was written, Project Harmony. Mark said this was a plan that was made before Melody's show started. Carlos, what was the goal? Fame. But what was the cost? The death of trust. He opened the file. Inside were a few pictures, some messages, and a copy of the contract. That was the day Melody was told the show was going to be called Love and Loyalty. But off the record, it was originally called Betrayal Diaries, because they knew. There's not going to be love, there's going to be betrayal, Marcus said, showing the paper near the camera. Thousands of people screamed. What? No way! They used her. This is crazy. Marcus took a deep breath. Melody didn't realize at the time that the hand on her shoulder was actually a push. At that moment, another video started playing on the screen, an old off-camera clip. Martell, Marsau, and Carlos sat together laughing. A voice says, drama sells, brother. Just give them fire. Everyone laughs. Mark said, that's the sentence that changed everything. It was the beginning where loyalty was weighed in the ratings. There was a storm in the comments. Carlos done for Martell laughing too. Wow, Melody deserves justice. Marcus closed the file and picked up another file, confidential Wanda case. His tone hardened. Wanda, who people thought was just talkative, actually had a very old secret. She saw everything that others hid. And she had. A video, he said. Wanda has never shown this video to anyone, but I have. It's from the dinner in 2020, where Melody tells Carlos the truth for the first time, that someone is ruining her show from the inside. And what did Carlos say? Marcus shouted. Carlos' voice, Melody, you have to understand, some things sound beautiful before they're true. But when they're spoken, everything falls apart. The entire social media shook. This sentence was enough. Melody's supporters posted, imagine being gaslighted on your own show. Martell's supporters responded, everyone knew. She's not innocent either. Marcus saw the comments, smiled, and said, I said it, didn't I? The truth is never one-sided. It has two faces. Then he opened file number 3, the betrayal note. This is a note written by Marsau himself one night, when everything was getting out of hand. He began to read, if this game doesn't stop, everything will fall apart. But maybe that's the real face of reality TV, where even the truth is scripted. Uproar in the comments. He knew. Marsau warned them. This is insane. Marcus looked up and said, Huntsville isn't just a town, it's a mirror. The lies that have been told here will come back today to show everyone who sold out who, and who kept quiet for the truth. At the end of the live, Marcus announced, tomorrow night, the lost tape will be presented. The recording that was suppressed for years. If it's gone, everything will change. Live is over. Social media exploded again. Lost tape. Another recording. This can't be real. The next morning, online editions of Huntsville newspapers carried a single headline. Mark said, the last secret will be revealed tomorrow night. Melody still said nothing. His silence now seemed dangerous. Martell looked uneasy for the first time. And Carlos King. He was preparing to leave the city, sources close to him said. There was no hiding the truth in Huntsville anymore. But the question was, will anyone survive even after the truth is revealed? This is not just Melody's story. This is the story of everyone who was used. Every truth that got buried under the lights. Then he picked up a paper. This tape was given to me by a man who no longer lives in Huntsville. But he said while leaving, let the truth free, or it will haunt everyone. At that moment, a new name appeared in the comments. Kira joined the live. Everyone was shocked. Marcus paused for a moment, then smiled and said, ah, here she is. Comments burst. Kira, she's here. She's in the live, oh my God. Say something, Kira. Kira commented, you think you know everything, Marcus, but you don't know the last part. The entire live stopped. Marcus said softly, so tell me, did I leave anything out? Kira's next comment came, play the end of that tape. You cut it before the real part. Marcus looked at the tape recorder in shock. His face turned serious for a moment. You want me to play till the end? Okay. The tape played again. The voice was no longer Melody's. It was a man's voice, Martell. Carlos, you promised me she'd never find out. Carlos' tired voice, she wasn't supposed to, but she already did. Silence, then Marcus stopped the tape. Deep silence in the room. Marcus rolled his eyes and said, this is the foundation of Huntsville. A promise. That was broken. A secret. That could not remain buried. An explosion of comments, what? Was Martell involved? So he lied to Melody. This changes everything. Changes everything. Marcus stopped the tape, approached the camera, and said softly, this game is not over. Tomorrow I will show the last part. The truth files where every character will be exposed. He turned off the live. Melody spent that night in silence. Just posted a story. You can break me, but you can't bury me. Martell's phone went dead. Comments are closed on Carlos's accounts. And who? His account disappeared. Are you ready to hear the next secret? Leave a comment, truth will speak.